Welcome to New Sky TV. It's explosive. In that instant, Zhai Yiying lost her footing, leaning forward, about to fall. Almost instinctively, Wang Haozhen reached out and pulled her into his arms. The movement was swift and decisive, without the slightest hesitation. Even more striking was the undisguised smile that played on his lips the moment he looked down, perfectly captured by the camera. Netizens collectively broke down. Isn't this just secret smugness? This scene went viral, trending on social media. No filters, no slow motion, yet it was more impactful than any meticulously crafted idol drama scene. Because that sweetness wasn't acted out, but rather a subconscious choice born from visceral memory. 33-year-old Wang Haozhen and 2002-born Zhai Yiying standing together, the 9-year age difference is completely invisible. It's not about deliberately trying to look young, nor forcing maturity, but a perfect match in their auras. He's steady, she's lively, he's reserved, she's extroverted. When the two are in the same frame, the scene has a comfortable, just right feel, as if they've known each other for years. Even their breathing rhythms are perfectly synchronized. In the leaked photos that have been repeatedly posted online these past few days, one detail has been repeatedly magnified by netizens. Zhai Yiying is tiptoeing to hand over a document, leaning slightly forward, and Wang Haozhen casually supports her wrist. It's not a pull, not a hug, just a natural support, as if he's long been accustomed to making up for her slight unsteadiness. There's no eye contact, no dialogue, yet it softens the heart. The most dangerous thing about this interaction is that it doesn't feel like I'm doing this for show. It's not deliberately creating physical contact, nor is it ambiguity for the sake of the camera. It's a trust and reliance formed through long-term collaboration. It's precisely because it's natural that people can't help but rewatch it repeatedly, scrutinizing every frame. Many say that the worst thing about shipping couples is artificial sweetness, but Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying give off a lifelike sweetness. It's not dramatic, but the kind that overflows anytime, anywhere, unintentionally. The subconscious closeness when standing, the synchronized expressions when speaking, even the rhythm of turning away seemed prearranged. More subtly, the two didn't deliberately amplify their intimacy in front of the camera. Wang Haozhen's consistent restraint made every gesture feel weighty, while Zhai Yiying's liveliness perfectly balanced this sense of proportion. One held back, the other let loose, which ironically heightened the ambiguity to its peak. No wonder netizens said, this couple doesn't seem like they're acting as a couple, it's more like they're already very familiar. When the age difference is no longer a topic, when the pretense is overshadowed by realism, what the audience enjoys isn't just sweetness, but a respected emotional experience. It is precisely because of this that this almost tripped scene became the real highlight. It didn't need background music, dialogue, or even official confirmation. A simple pull into an embrace, an undisguised smile, was enough for everyone to understand. Perhaps what truly captivates is not intimacy, but rather the feeling at the moment you move. I've already reached out. This kind of sweetness, so deeply resonant, is most alluring because it's understated yet subtly intensifies. It's not the kind of high-sugar scene you can finish watching at a glance, but rather one that grows more flavorful with each viewing, warming your heart with each thought. Some noticed that after Wang Haozhen pulled her into his arms, he subconsciously shifted his body slightly to the side, as if confirming Zhai Yiying's stability before slowly letting go. And after Zhai Yiying settled, she didn't immediately withdraw her hand, but instead looked up and smiled, her expression relaxed and trusting. There was no panic, no awkwardness, it was as if it were the most natural moment imaginable. This kind of tacit understanding is rarely cultivated in just one or two scenes. It's a familiarity with each other's rhythm, slowly formed during rehearsals, blocking, and the quiet moments before filming begins. You don't need to say anything, I understand understanding. That's why, in the instant an accident occurs, without thinking, the body makes the choice for reason. What's even more captivating is that their sweetness never relies on crossing the line. Wang Haozhen's sense of propriety is clear, he always knows when to stop. Zhai Yiying's responses are also just right, neither dodging nor welcoming, yet always within his safe zone. This restraint makes every closeness precious, like an emotion carefully treasured, understated yet extremely sincere. So you'll find that even just walking side by side, looking down at the same document, there's an invisible pull in the scene. He'll naturally slow his pace, and she'll unconsciously take a half step closer. His gaze is focused when he listens to her speak, and she always looks at him first when she smiles. These small moments, pieced together bit by leaked photos, form an emotional line more convincing than any official announcement. No wonder netizens say, the sweetest thing about this couple isn't the hugs, it's every just right moment. Just the right moment to reach out, just the right moment to catch, just the right moment to stop without crossing the line, yet it still makes your heart race. Perhaps what truly captivates is never the age difference, the buzz, or the trending topics, but this warm sense of companionship. It's not a grand declaration, but quietly standing by your side, not a deliberate expression, but always there when you need it. So when that scene is brought up again, what people remember is no longer just almost falling, but the unwavering certainty hidden in the details. I'm here, you don't need to be afraid. The contrasting charm and tacit understanding between Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying is precisely what makes this pairing so captivating, and also the hardest to replicate. One is a mature actor with a steady presence, speaking little, moving with restraint, and always keeping his emotions within a measured range. The other is a youthful actress with natural talent and vitality, her expressions rich, her reactions genuine, and her emotions delivered quickly and fully. At first glance, the two seem to be on completely different wavelengths, but when they're actually on screen together, they surprisingly blend seamlessly. This contrast is first evident in their rhythm. Wang Haozhen is accustomed to handling emotions a bit slower, giving a reliable sense of composure whether acting or interacting casually, while Zhai Yiying is more intuitive, with clear emotional fluctuations and natural, expressive movements. Surprisingly, his slowness perfectly complements her speed, and her talent, in turn, perfectly complements her energy. Activated stability. One is responsible for providing backup, the other for providing light. Looking at their body language reveals a tacit understanding that requires no communication. When Zhai Yiying moves, she habitually checks her surroundings first, while Wang Haozhen subconsciously shields her from crowds. When she tiptoes, turns around, or hands something to someone, he always accurately anticipates her next move. It's not control, but proactive care, creating a sense of security that he's always there. And what's most touching is their complementary emotional connection. Zhai Yiying's smile is bright, her happiness written all over her face. Wang Haozhen's emotions are more subtly conveyed through his eyes and the micro-expressions at the corners of his mouth. When she smiles, his expression noticeably relaxes. When she smiles, when he's fully engaged, his gaze unconsciously lingers. This interplay of movement and stillness naturally imbues the scene with a sense of narrative. The so-called gap-mo isn't about forcibly creating a contrast, but rather a natural complement formed from genuine personalities. He doesn't need to be deliberately gentle, and she doesn't need to be intentionally dependent, but standing together, they make you believe they can understand and be compatible with each other. It's precisely this high degree of synchronization within the contrast that allows the audience to continuously reach new levels of enjoyment with a simple touch of the wrist, a glance back, or an exchange of eyes. It's not ostentatious sweetness, but a sweetness that grows on you, making you feel more and more that this tacit understanding itself is the most touching thing. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.